afternoon, everyone. I'm Ms. Rylene Potente, and our topic for today is about designing organizations for quality. And here is Ms. Ederlyn Ochoa to discuss to us about the functional structures. So, good afternoon, Ms. Ederlyn.
Good afternoon, Rylene. Today I'll be discussing about the functional structures. These functional structures provide organizations with a clear chain of command and allow people to specialize in the aspect of their work for which they are best suited. There are problems in these functional structures. The first one is that the functional structure inhibits process improvement.
So, can you give us an example of this process improvement?
Well, for an instance, in a company, there are two groups of engineers, which are the mechanical and the manufacturing. The mechanical engineer are the one who design product, while the manufacturing engineer, they are the one who manufacture or make the product. So the problem in this case is when the two groups didn't coordinate with each other or cooperate, and this will result to poor quality of the product.
So, you mean there is a miscommunication between the two groups?
Yes, because they didn't cooperate or communicate well with each other.
So, I think there is another problem.
Yes, the other problem is that the functional structure separates employee from customers. Being insulated from customers encourages in workers a narrow conception for their responsibilities. This is often expressed in the statements such as, "It's not my job," or "I just work here," even when such employees want to help customers. They often have such a limited understanding of how their organizational system works that they are unable to do so. This is often results in demotivated workers and poor quality work.
Okay, for short, there is a poor training for the employee.
Yes.
Oh, I guess there is another problem, right?
Yeah, and the last problem is that the functional organizations often have a separate function for a quality called quality control or quality assurance. This may send a message to the rest of the organization that there is a group dedicated to quality, so it's not their responsibility. Furthermore, it breaks the feedback loop and informs employees that their work needs to be improved. But, well, to summarize this report, the functional organization comprises total quality in several ways. It distances people from customers and insulates them from customer expectations. It promotes complex and wasteful processes and inhibits process improvements. This separates the quality function from the rest of the organization, providing people with an excuse for not worrying about quality.
So, these functional structures is all about. I hope you understand what Ms. Ederlyn Ochoa have discussed to us. And thank you so much, Ms. Ederlyn, for having you here.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here we are again together with Ms. Martini Tan to discuss all about the redesigning organizations for quality. So, good afternoon, Ms. Tan.
Good afternoon to you. I'm about to discuss redesigning organizations for quality. Poor organization design can be devastating to a company. One of them is Demi's 14 point is to break down barriers between departments because people in various departments must work as a team. When we say break down barriers between departments, it means to break the gaps between boss and the employee. It is proven in some companies that there is unwillingness of departments to work together. For example, when products fail in the plant or in service, it isn't because designers choose components they know will fail. They often have insufficient information about the problems that result from their choices. And according to A. Blanton Godfrey, former CEO of the Durant Institute, notes that many organizations are wired for failure. That is, their processes are not designed effectively or aligned with each other.
So, is there any effective ways to break down those barriers instead?
Yes, there is. There are some effective ways to break down these barriers. These are the focus on processes, recognize internal customers, create a team-based organization, reduce hierarchy, and use steering committees.
So, can you cite an example on how to focus on processes?
Focus on processes. According to AT&T, a process is how work creates value for customers. Processes that drive the creation of products and services are critical to customer satisfaction and have a large impact on the strategic goals of an organization are generally considered core processes of a business. Core processes are driven by external needs, while support processes are driven by internal needs. For example, even restaurant operations have a process focus. Key processes such as cash register, steam tables, drive-thru, buzzers, and management are designed to ensure that customer needs are served in a timely manner. Prior to opening a restaurant, training sessions ensure that these processes are performed correctly and according to company standards. There is another way to break down these barriers. It is recognize internal customers. An internal customer is another person or group within the organization who depends on one's work to get their work done. For example, in a restaurant, so the servers are internal restaurant of the kitchen staff because the server's ability to serve appetizing food in a timely manner to customer depends on the kitchen. So those were the ways or effective ways to break down those barriers.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Tan, for sharing us your knowledge about these redesigning organizations for quality. Hope you guys learned a lot from it. Thank you, Ms. Tan.
Thank you. A pleasure to be here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Another topic under this chapter is to create a team-based organizations. As more and more companies accept the process view of organizations, they are structuring the quality organizations around functional or cross-functional teams, each of which has the responsibility to carry out and improve one of the company's core process. Another topic is to reduce hierarchy. This often results from a focus on internal customers and the creation of processes team with a reduction in the numbers of hierarchical layers in the organizations. Of course, if an organization is designed for quality from inception, those levels are not there in the first place. And another topic is the use steering committees. For example, a 4-person steering committee is the center of leadership. The steering committee sets the company directions, integrates performance, excellence, goals, and promotes the development of all employees. And that was the last topic of our report, which is the design organizations for quality. I hope you've learned a lot of it. Thank you.